In the heart of the royal family lies a simmering conflict that threatens to explode into public view. Zara Tindall, beloved granddaughter of the Queen and celebrated equestrian, sets her sights on a legal battle that could shake the very foundations of the monarchy. What drives her to take on her own blood the newly crowned King Charles III? The answers may be more shocking than anyone anticipated. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. Zara Tindall, known to the world not just as a member of the British royal family, but as an Olympic-level equestrian, finds herself at the intersection of imperial duty and personal legacy. She has always been a bit of a maverick within the royal fold, her spirit not merely bound by duty, but guided by a genuine love for her passion and heritage. Her life is a unique tapestry woven with self-made achievements, shadowed by the grandeur of her lineage. The inheritance dispute now looming at Gatcombe Park is not merely about property. It cuts to the core of Zara's identity and her cherished memories in a place where she spent her most treasured moments, nestled amidst the lush English countryside. Gatcombe Park, a regal estate with a history drenched in grandeur, has long been a jewel in the crown of royal properties. Its sprawling landscapes and majestic architecture represent more than just land. They are a living chronicle of royal tradition, emblematic of stability and continuity. For Zara, however, Gatcombe is not just an estate passed down through generations, it is the cradle of her childhood, a sanctuary of fond recollections and laughter echoed through ancient halls. It is here that she first learned to ride, her feet touching the pedals of destiny, on horseback, and feeling the winds of privilege and responsibility swirl around her. Yet, recently, the whispers have grown louder, rumours reaching fever pitch over the rightful inheritance of Gatcombe Park. Beneath the veneer of royal etiquette lies a brewing storm, a potential clash between family duty and personal convictions. The once whispers of dissent now swell to a crescendo of discord, each note revealing another fracture in a facade curated over centuries. Intrigue mounts as insiders speak of closed-door meetings and tense exchanges, the heirs and scions of the monarchy caught in a net of expectation and ambition. Amidst this impending maelstrom, Zara's decision to pursue legal avenues stands as a declaration, bold and unyielding. Her motivations are not tangled in greed or rebellion. They are a quest for rightful recognition, a conviction too profound to ignore. Her resolve to drag this tightly kept family affair into the harsh light of public scrutiny sparks questions. Is this a bold strike for justice, a familial betrayal, or perhaps a crucible for unresolved familial tensions? Her willingness to go public lends weight to the matter, threatening to tip the scales long held in delicate balance. As Zara squares off against King Charles, secrets long buried begin to surface, illuminating new facets of this royal drama. The forces at play within the royal family are as turbulent as they are hidden. What long-standing tensions lay beneath the surface, awaiting their opportunity to rise? As battle lines are drawn, we explore the unraveling of Zara's relationship with Charles, a rift with roots deeper than anyone expects. For decades, the royal court had whispered about the curious bond between Charles and Zara. Their history was a tapestry woven with splendor, yet threaded with unraveling seams. A childhood spent in the glittering halls of the palace had cemented their fates together, yet the smiles they wore in public were often strained by invisible pressures. Hidden beneath the layers of pomp and circumstance was a volatile mixture of favoritism and seething jealousy, simmering away quietly as gossip floated through gilded corridors. As the kingdom watched with enraptured eyes, Zara's star had risen with dazzling speed. The allure of destiny about her, an unmistakable promise of greatness, seemed to cast a long shadow over Charles, a shadow that twisted love into rivalry and fostered whispers of treachery. The perception that Zara was favoured by those perched atop the family hierarchy did not escape Charles's notice. He bristled under the weight of expectation and perceived slight, unable to dispel the murmurings that Zara was the beloved, the one destined to lead where others could only follow. The family dynamics trembled beneath these invisible strings. In the lavish chambers where the royals conspired, the balance of power was always tentative, an unsteady seesaw of influence and resentment. Money was a constant silent contender in this contest of wills. The riches that might have soothed tensions instead stoked old fires, igniting debates about tradition versus modernity, while Charles championed the old ways. Viewing them as bedrock, Zara yearned to break free from their suffocating grip, imagining a kingdom reborn out from under their shadow. Outside forces, too, became eager players in this unfolding drama, further complicating the struggle at the heart of the family. Influential advisors and ambitious nobles saw in Zara the future, a vision they wished to shape for their own designs. Zara, caught in the crossfire of conflicting loyalties, found herself pushed down a path neither set by choice nor desire. Charles, however, viewed these outsiders as interlopers meddling with the soul of the monarchy. Their presence became a wedge, driving the siblings further apart. And then there are the voices, soft-spoken testimonials from those who have stood closest to the storm. Allies and confidants, their accounts paint a vibrant picture of the emotional chaos underpinning this royal saga. It was like watching two storms collide. One insider remarks, a hint of awe tingling their words. Another shares memories of moments laden with weight and meaning, where the air between brother and sister crackled with unvoiced grievances. In the murky waters of royal politics, nothing is as it seems, but one thing is clear: Zara is ready to fight like never before. Gatcombe Park isn't just a family home, it's a symbol of heritage, duty, and prestige. What secrets does this estate hold, and why is it pivotal in the ongoing battle between a princess and her king? Peel back the layers of history as we uncover what makes Gatcombe the crown jewel in this inheritance saga. Nestled far from the unrelenting glare of the metropolis, Gatcombe Park stands as a fortress of tradition, where whispers of the past intermingle with the rustling leaves of ancient trees. This estate, with its storied walls and sprawling grounds, is more than just bricks and mortar. It's a testament to generations past, carefully stitched into the fabric of regal duty and familial bonds. At first glance, its grandeur may speak of triumph, yet beneath the manicured foliage lurks the searing intensity of unsolved mysteries and whispered legends. Stories of clandestine meetings held under the cover of moonless nights and secret agreements forged in shadowy corners echo through the halls, feeding an appetite for mystery in equal measure to its architectural marvel. But it's not just the enigmatic tales that grant Gatcombe its haunting allure, it's the emotional weight that resides within its confines. To the family, Gatcombe is tethered to an emotional lineage, the living embodiment of both cherished memories and aching losses. Every corner of this estate pulses with the resonance of laughter, tears, and the enduring weight of untold dreams. For King Charles, it represents the majesty of continuity, a jewel in the crown that demands preservation, respect, and above all, obedience to tradition. His vision for Gatcombe is one of grandeur, of statuesque gardens, and imposing structures that cast an unyielding shadow of his legacy. Yet, to Zara, his daring and unyielding daughter, it is a canvas on which modernity should be painted, an opportunity to breathe life into a place poised at the precipice of change. Zara sees potential where Charles sees boundaries, renewal where he sees only preservation. This clash of ideologies has not merely stirred familial waters, but captured the imagination of an intrigued public who gaze intently upon this unfolding royal tableau. Gatcombe Park is the focus of endless speculation, its allure spiraling into a narrative that transcends simple curiosity and courts the depths of emotional investment. The estate becomes more than its walls. It is now a shared national sentiment, a symbol of upheaval against an empire of order and decorum. As the flames of public fascination flicker, experts weigh in on the inheritance laws and royal traditions that bind and shape this story. They speak with the authority of history itself, elucidating the intricate dance of customs and wills that govern such transitions. It's a charged conversation, laden with the unpredictable nature of legacy, willing the audience to wonder where this tug-of-war will finally leave one of the country's oldest estates. As the legacy of Gatcombe hangs in the balance, the stakes grow higher, and the family drama reaches a boiling point. Zara Tindall's bold decision to pursue legal action against King Charles isn't just a family matter, it's a constitutional challenge, with the potential to shift the balance of power. Discover how this daring move could set legal precedents and possibly alter the future of royal inheritances forever. When news of Zara's audacious legal gambit broke, the halls of aristocracy trembled. This wasn't merely a feud over familial strife, but a challenge that rattles the very foundations of established monarchy. As whispered conversations spread from the grand estates of the countryside to the echoing chambers of Parliament, legal experts and royal observers alike were left pondering the seismic implications of Zara's threat. What stood at stake was not just her own interests, but centuries of unyielded tradition and rigid royal laws that had long defined the monarchy. Her legal team, reputed for their cunning and audacity, had crafted a strategy that promised not just to strike at the heart of the monarchy's financial dominion, but also to upend long-standing principles that had always shielded the royal family from such intrusions. The implications were profound. A victory for Zara could dismantle precedents that kept royal inheritances firmly within the bloodline, shaking the pillars of dynastic continuity. It was as if she stood at the precipice of history itself, threatening a cascade that could forever alter how power and privilege were transferred. A ripple of uncertainty flowed through the royal corridors. What if their legacy devices crumbled? And what would remain of a monarchy stripped of its centuries-old safeguards? Charles, aware of the potential upheaval, was no passive player in this saga. Meticulously, he prepared his defenses, rallying the might of legal scholars steeped in the history and traditions of the crown, eager to shield the throne from such a dangerous precedent. Yet, amid these high-stakes maneuvers, the court of public opinion and the ceaseless gaze of the media played a pivotal role. Public sympathy for Zara, seen as a modern figure challenging outdated conventions, simmered with a quiet intensity. Media narratives painted her as a justice seeker, while others decried her actions as reckless, threatening the institution that had withstood centuries of scrutiny. Each headline, each editorial, served as a battleground, swinging the pendulum of popular sentiment, a crucial influence that neither Zara nor Charles could afford to underestimate. As the legal drama unfolded, it drew in pundits from across the spectrum, their voices offering insights that oscillated between caution and optimism. Would the antiquated walls of royal protocol withstand this modern assault, or would this legal dispute herald an era of reform and openness? Nobody could say for certain, but the stakes were profound and the ramifications far-reaching. Expert analyses dissected every possibility, pondering if the monarchy would find itself redefined in ways it had never anticipated. And so, with every passing moment, pressure mounted on the royal family, poised at a crossroads where tradition met the call for change. As legal pressures mount, the royal family finds themselves at a crossroads between tradition and change. The repercussions of Zara's actions ripple through the halls of Buckingham Palace, forcing a confrontation with centuries-old traditions. Will the monarchy bend under pressure, or is this the dawn of a new era? Witness the family grappling with change in a world where they no longer hold absolute power. As whispers of Zara's choices resonate through the ages-old corridors, an unspoken tension wraps itself around the family like a tightening noose. The monarchy stands at an unimaginable crossroads, balancing precariously between its storied legacy and an uncertain future. There is a palpable sense of unease as the old-world grandeur, which once dictated world affairs unchallenged, falters under the scrutiny of modernity and its relentless demands for transparency and relevance. The once rock-solid foundation of royal authority is now stressed by questions too profound to ignore. Each royal must navigate this shifting ground, their reactions as varied as the jewels in the crown, some yearning for preservation, others daring to whisper of renovation. Even within the royal enclave, opinions diverge sharply. Some members, protective of their heritage, stand defiantly in favor of tradition, contemplating Zara's rebellion as a reckless deviation from duty. Yet, others find themselves caught in an existential struggle, torn between loyalty to the past and a growing awareness of an evolving societal landscape that beckons for change. The palace, once a fortress insulated from the world's tides, becomes a stage where these unseen battles unfold. Zara's actions become a catalyst, provoking a surprising introspective look into what it truly means to be royal in an age that questions their very necessity. It's within this complex web of internal debate that the monarchy's real challenge lies to reconcile its long-held beliefs with the undeniable pull of progress. The Queen, though aged, remains an unyielding force amidst the chaos, her influence shadow-like, potent and pervasive. Her presence, though sometimes silent, anchors the monarchy in this turbulent sea. She, a living emblem of continuity, watches over her family and realm with a piercing gaze, as if daring them and the world to understand the deeper currents of her reign. Her wisdom, distilled from years of navigating both storm and calm, provides a meditative balance. Yet, beneath her composed exterior, even she can sense the tectonic stir, if it's beneath the monarchy's gilded surface. Can her deep-seated wisdom guide them through this storm, or will it be the weight that drags them under? Beyond the palace gates, public sentiment simmers and roils, shaped as much by societal change as by the relentless media machine, eager to expose any slip from grace. The crown, once revered, is now subject to the same democratic lenses that challenge institutions across the globe. Public opinion, an unpredictable beast, has become a formidable player in this narrative, its gaze unflinchingly critical. The tabloids, with their insatiable appetite for scandal, fan the flames with sensational headlines, turning royal lives into soap opera spectacle. How will this spectacle translate into their legacy? In a world adept at building up and tearing down in equal measure, how will posterity judge them? As they stand on this precipice, the consequences for future generations are sobering to consider. What Zara has unwittingly sparked could either forge a path toward a more relatable monarchy or open fissures too wide to mend. The future seems to tremble under the weight of this transformation, its direction uncertain, its implications profound. The younger royals, watching with wide eyes, must eventually shoulder this legacy, whispering promises to find their own footing amidst the shifting sands of public expectation. Will they find the courage to embrace evolution, or be forever tethered to a burdensome past, die dead? Amidst this backdrop, the emotional toll on Zara's family is raw and real. Deeply personal bonds are tested, love and duty pulling at them like an unending tug of war. In private, within the walls that have seen countless tales of conquest, heartbreak, and joy, this family is forced to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and their future. Every glance and whispered word carries the weight of history. Can the why emerge from this crucible stronger, or will they be torn asunder, prisoners of the legacy they inherited? As the clouds gather over the British monarchy, new revelations threaten to ignite the powder keg of royal scandal. What happens when private matters go public? The royal family, under siege, must confront their most personal struggles to preserve their legacy. As the palace walls tremble under the weight of scandal and whispers of betrayal echo through every gilded corridor, the opulence once synonymous with power becomes a haunting reminder of unchecked ambition. Behind closed doors, the family must navigate a labyrinth of negotiations where alliances shift like shadows in the moonlight, and trust is a precious, elusive currency. In this den of secrets, royal scions like Zara emerge from the sidelines, orchestrating alliances with a deftness born of desperation and tenacity, her every move calculated to tether the family's fracturing bonds. She becomes the axis around which hope or ruin might pivot, her supporters fervent, her strategies unfolding with elegance and precision as she becomes the family's unlikely bulwark. But fissures within the royal kin grow, widening into chasms that threaten to swallow legacies whole. Old grudges resurfaced, each one a testament to the corrosive power of silence kept too long. Charles, burdened with the mantle of leadership, finds himself at the heart of the storm. His internal struggles mirror the chaos around him. He grapples with a profound crisis of faith, a crumbling confidence that leaves him vulnerable to influence and manipulation. The weight of inheritance bears down upon him, each faux pas and misstep an echo of his father's louder stumbles. His authority is questioned, his decisions scrutinized, reducing him to a man constantly at war with himself, his legacy uncertain at best. In this mounting tension, an unexpected revelation emerges, tumbling forth from the shadows like a thunderclap in the dead of night. Hidden loyalties are revealed, alliances formed, not along familial lines, but forged in the fires of necessity and common cause. Secrets once thought to be locked away forever find their way to light, igniting unrest within the palace walls. Each revelation more jarring than the last, as truths shift perceptions and redefine the battlefield. Each plot twist a dagger to the heart of tradition. Yet in the midst of this chaos, voices arise emotional testimonials from those whose lives are inextricably tied to the monarchy's fate. Their stories speak of an institution as much a prison as a palace, their struggles emblematic of a larger narrative about privilege and power. They bear witness to the showdown's personal toll, stripping away the grandeur to reveal raw humanity, uncertain and vulnerable. These testimonials ripple through the court, sparking empathy and disquiet, leaving a royal audience introspective and rattled. As the dust settles from this explosive confrontation, the ramifications are felt across the nation, casting long shadows over the monarchy's future. Each decision from within those storied walls sends ripples throughout the land, leaving a people to wonder about the crown that weighs so heavily upon the brow. The echoes of this battle resonate through the corridors of power and into the very hearts of those governed by it, a poignant reminder of the true cost of duty and heritage. The echoes of the royal scandal reverberate throughout the media as the public hungers for every detail. Follow the waves of public opinion as the nation grapples with its iconic figures clashing in unprecedented legal warfare. What does this say about the monarchy's place in modern society? And where do we go from here? As whispers of intrigue evolve into a roar, the Nar section's pulse races in time with the relentless drumbeat of headlines. Not just confined to the pages of regal newspapers, this story unfurls across the billowing fabric of social media, every post and tweet a brushstroke in a sprawling portrait of modern turmoil. The media, a tempestuous beast, seizes upon the drama with fervor, transforming it into a spectacle that pulls the public under its irresistible tide. What begins as a murmur in the gossip columns soon catapults into front-page dominance. The country watches, breath held, as broadcasters dissect and disseminate every moment like sacred relics imparting truth. In the streets, beneath the shadow of medieval castles, and amidst the urban sprawl, the public's loyalties are on parade, fluttering like banners in the wind of change. Some crowd together, steadfast in their allegiance to the crown, their voices a symphony of unwavering support. Others stand on the opposite barricade, crying out for justice, fairness, or perhaps simply a new order. Demonstrations of loyalty clash with protests, demanding progress, creating a discordant harmony of voices, as diverse and dynamic as the nation they inhabit. People write their passions in placards, wielding their ideals like the champions of old. Celebrities and public figures join the fray, their opinions like arrows finding their mark in the heart of an ever-divided populace. Their endorsements fan the flames, speeches crafted with the eloquence of bardic minstrels, each word echoing through the digital halls of modern discourse. Royal insiders and skeptics alike become commentators on this unprecedented chapter in royal history, turning private intrigue into public conversation with every broadcast and op-ed, reflecting the influence they wield in this kaleidoscope of opinion. Beyond these shores, the international gaze narrows in on the fray, as afar and near, the old allies and onlookers ponder the seismic shifts. The global stage amplifies the drama, casting a stark light on royal traditions and practices that in more recent times serve as much to intrigue as they do to enrage. Foreign commentators and expatriates puzzle over the royal conundrum, their analyses both sharp and somber as they gauge the monarchy's resilience against the quaking backdrop of global politics. This public spectacle raises a formidable question: the monarchy's age-old role, one forged in ancient halls and amid crowns and scepters, is now queried under the glaring light of technological scrutiny. This rift hints at the transformation, rumbling beneath the surface, a monarchy negotiating its way through a world increasingly defined by immediacy and openness. Are these hallowed figures static relics of a bygone era, or are they poised to adapt, evolve, and ultimately survive in this new dawn? The verdict from this courtly battlefield, broadcast and scrutinized relentlessly, promises to be far-reaching. As the world watches, the outcome of this legal battle may redefine what it means to be a royal in the 21st century. In the sweeping culmination of Zara Tindall's daring gamble, the verdict emerges not as an end, but as a beginning. The courtroom, a grand theatre of destiny and debate, falls into a profound silence as the judgment is announced, reverberating through the centuries-old rafters, like a clarion call heralding a new era. The twist of fate inscribed in this moment is not merely a ruling but an echo of transformation, a powerful testament that could redefine the landscape of the monarchy. Zara stands at this precipice, her visage a canvas of contemplation, embodying the intricate dance between personal ambition and inviolate tradition. The verdict, though awaited with bated breath, unfurls an unforeseen chapter rather than a final act. As the news travels swiftly, a tremor of repercussions shakes the foundations of the House of Windsor. Charles, with the weight of history upon his shoulders, feels the ripples of Zara's bold defiance, lapping at the very edges of his reign, marks that weave into the fabric of his legacy, suggesting a monarchy in motion, adjusting to the restless tides of modernity. The royal family is left to navigate an uncharted sea of public opinion and evolving expectations, a delicate balance between the antiquity they represent and the metamorphosis they must now embrace. Gatcombe Park, once a quiet bastion of serenity and tradition, stands as a poignant symbol of what remains untouched by time, yet silently transformed by the persisting echoes of change. Experts, gathered like an ancient oracle of counsel, dissect the precedent set with the analytical precision of historied kingdom. They annotate the influence of Zara's decision to challenge the norms, admire the winds of progress it may unfurl upon the subdued authority of royal customs, an unfurling seen as both a noble victory and a cautionary fable. This is a verdict that sketches a new playbook for the symbiotic relationship between duty, personal desire, and the venerable duty to the crown, a balance as fragile as it is significant and perpetually teetering on the brink of evolution. The reflections upon this poignant narrative are etched in the regal stillness of the aftermath, chronicling a saga of courage clashing with the pallor of responsibility. Zara, a figurehead dressed in the armor of introspection, contemplates the tides she has unleashed and the legacy her actions will inscribe upon the annals of history. A legacy intertwined with the sweet pang of sacrifice for both the self and the sovereign, a reflection upon the eternal clash between personal stakes and their service to a hist, etched long before their time. As the echoes of the verdict recede into the corridors of history, a path unforeseen stretches before Zara and her family. Its shape remains shrouded in mystery, inviting both trepidation and hope as they stand on the cusp of an altered tomorrow. Hints of what is to come flicker like the first light of dawn, an enigmatic promise swathed in the shadow of regal responsibility and personal aspiration. As we step away from the royal courtrooms and into the future, the path forward remains uncertain but undeniably changed. In the soft afterlight of the storm, Zara Tindall and her family find themselves treading the new landscape with cautious hope. The echoes of their conflict have left an indelible mark, yet amidst the rubble of tradition and expectation, shoots of change and renewal begin to sprout. Reflecting on the events, Zara considers the deeper currents of loyalty and identity that have guided her journey, a journey marked not just by the immediate battle, but by a stepping stone to broader horizons. King Charles, too, finds himself at a pivotal moment. With an evolving view of leadership, he embraces a vision that marries a reverence for the past with a refreshing openness to the future. This transformation, born from personal insight and public challenge, marks his reign with a renewed vigor. Initiatives sprout, inspired by lessons learned. Projects aimed at bridging gaps between the monarchy and its people begin to take shape. These sparks of reconciliation promise more than just healing. They kindle a newfound unity that refuses to be confined by precedent. In this climate of change, the royal family embarks on a path of reconciliation, their steps measured but purposeful. Private moments of reflection and dialogue breathe new life into familial bonds once stretched thin. Charles and Zara's shared commitment to transformation sets the stage for healing, as tentative smiles and shared commitment signal reconciliations that resonate far beyond palace walls. The British public watches this unfolding drama with a renewed interest, their perceptions of the monarchy subtly shifting. This moment of vulnerability and strength offers a rare glimpse into the human elements behind the grandeur. A monarchy that chooses to evolve with the times, rather than resist change, reconciles its storied past with the demands of an ever-shifting present. For generations to come, this tale of struggle and growth stands as both cautionary tale and inspiration. As Britain observes from greyed cobblestone streets to the sprawling digital landscapes echoing with discussions, the narrative crafted through this trial of wills imparts lessons of resilience, emerging not just as a footnote to history, but as a guidepost for the future. The journey invokes a cardinal truth. In every end lies the seed of a beginning, a chance to rewrite the chronicle anew. With the veil lifted, a new narrative unfolds, one of resilience, legacy, and the enduring spirit of the monarchy in an ever-evolving world. Who we become in the face of challenge is as important as the challenges themselves. This family, this nation, now understands that more profoundly than ever. Together, they step into the future, hand in hand, their story not yet fully told, forever shaped by the whispers of their trials and triumphs.